is.
Hold monster.
Oh, there we are. That terribly quiet clap of thunder signals the start of the show. Thank you all very much. Can you hear me over the mic, though? Because I'm sat down on this very tall chair that rocks back and forth. Well, there we go. That'll do. Yeah. Might lean in.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Good. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adventurers Wanted Omen. This is a monthly D&D game set in a strange planar universe, which we've been playing now for, good lord, 7 months? Yeah, 6, 7 months. That's amazing. It's going very well. Everyone's just leveled up. And this adventure sees us take a slightly different turn from normal affairs and do something a little bit different to celebrate the end of the year and Armistice Day, I suppose. So,
I feel like we're celebrating Armistice Day.
I don't know.
With this episode.
Well, it's supposed to be a non-combat episode, so you know that might help.
Combat.
It's all your choice. You are D&D players. You can do what the hell you like. Anyway, for those who might be new to this, sorry for the informal beginning. My name is Chris. I am the DM, Dungeon Master, Games Master, GM, of this rambunctious crowd, and the 4 players to my left and right play characters in a shared fantasy universe. Because they are playing characters in a shared fantasy universe, what do I play? Everything else. Everyone they encounter, weather patterns. It's the weirdest thing I've played so far. At one point I was leaves rustling. I remember that. That was a lovely day. But yes, I will be doing everything else and guiding them through their adventure as they... And normally I'd say something like, fight evil or, save the day, but not in this case. Not in this case at all, but we'll get to that. Before we get started, I would like to introduce the players starting from my left. Can you please give your name, your character's name, and maybe a little description of the character and the pronouns that you and they use?
Sure. So I'm Emma. I'm playing Char. Char is an Asimar swashbuckler rogue. She is slightly too beautiful, looks a little bit off. She has long red hair and she's wearing usually leather armor, but I guess maybe slightly today. And she goes by She Her.
Hi guys, I'm Sid. I play Sir Richard Glennis, both I and my character go by he, him. Sir Richard is a human. Doesn't look too different to me, so make of that what you will. And is a university professor who hates the fact that he has a title and really wishes that everyone would just leave him alone so that he can conduct research in peace.
The perfect character for an open story of D&D to be told amongst everyone else.
Speaking of which.
Chaz.
Hey, I'm Chaz. My character is called Speaker. He is a Goliath monk, so bald, grey skin, wiry but fairly well built, 7'5". And to give you some description about his backstory, to tell you how useful he's going to be in non-combat, Speaker is the lead diplomat for his people, and in a culture that decries speaking as weak and dishonest, diplomacy is decided through hand-to-hand combat. He is called Speaker because he's the diplomat of his society, and he punches things. Diplomatically.
I'm playing a character called Wayrocket Stumbleduck. She and I go by she, her. She is the doctor on the Nexus and a resident traitor. She is a small, adorable swamp gnome, which is a little bit like a rock gnome, but greener and damper, and is pretty much consistently covered in blood, and is sort of in a quasi-contentional relationship with the Order, who she's sort of betraying and sort of not at the same time.
Look,
but everyone's cool with it.
We've established you're somewhere between triple agent and quadruple agent,
Yeah.
and I think at that point we're good to go. I think that's fair. Cool. For those of you who may not be D&D enthusiasts, just to be very clear, we will often be rolling a 20-sided dice. It's one of these. And they'll be adding numbers based on their character sheets in front of them to that. They also have special abilities. We try and make sure this is explicable to those who aren't necessarily D&D natives, but if at any point you want to from the audience say, what does that mean, I'm confused, please ask. We're always very happy to explain the rules of the game, which we try not to focus on. But there we go. Right. In which case, let's kick off. Surprise, surprise, we're in the Nexus. The Nexus is a clockwork construct that swims through a black sea. It's outside of the Nexus, outside of all of these gears and whirring things. It's just blackness going on forever and ever and ever. It is the home of the Viridescent Order. It's a fancy word for green. They are an order of monster hunters who travel through the universe trying to seek out the horrible influence of the elder god Cthulhu. That's Cthulhu, not Cthulhu. That's very different. It's exactly the same thing, just different name. And their mission is, as always, to wipe it from the face of the multiverse. Most days, but not today. Speaker.
Yes.
Where walk it?
Yes.
You are standing by the portal room, which is where a large shard of the green crystal that sits in the center of this clockwork nexus protrudes through the ceiling, and where portals can be generated to most places in time and space. You are standing there talking to Simon. Simon is the operations manager and horrible Death Knight paladin with a heart of gold in charge of missions and making sure everything goes smoothly. So, I think we have established, Waywalkett, that you are, at least at this point, trustworthy enough.
That depends on your definition of enough and trustworthy.
I have been told you are trustworthy enough to be allowed to do more missions and get out of the Nexus a little more, because I understand you've been feeling a little bit stir-crazy. Would that not be correct?
You're letting me out?
We are indeed letting you out.
Oh, this is exciting. Oh, where are we going to go? Oh, where's Happy? Oh, I really want to get a tentacle back. Oh, this is going to be so exciting.
We think you have deserved a certain amount of, how you say, R&R.
Revenge?
No, the two of you will be, get a chance to get out of the Nexus and maybe explore a slightly quieter way of life for an evening. We have a special mission for you both, which we would like you to accept, but there is no forcing. It is, of course, just a jolly, as you say.
I mean, what are we talking, infected town or
Nope.
possessed priest?
No.
Will there be diplomacy?
Almost certainly, yes.
Good.
I would like to invite you both to accompany Richard and Char, who, as I understand it, would like to go on a date.
Second thoughts.
A date is when two people decide to spend some time together to get to know each other better in a romantic context. Anyway, Char has told us where she would like to take Sir Richard, so that has all been set up, and we will have a portal open, and of course you'll be able to come and go as you please. We will keep that open for the duration of this.
Are they having a meal?
One would presume so. I have not asked for the details.
Who is cooking?
I do not know who or what is cooking, in fact.
We must be careful, we have enemies everywhere.
This is true, and I would appreciate if the two of you could keep an eye on them on this.
I shall oversee the romantic meal.
That is appreciated. Thank you, Speaker. That's what we're looking for.
Sorry, Speaker is the cook on the Nexus.
And I suppose it'd be nice if you don't often hellhole. I suppose it could be interesting to observe them in their natural habitats.
I do not think this is Char's natural habitat so much as a place she has some kind of sway in. I'm not sure. Regardless, it is a planar hub, much like the Nexus is, but it is one that is much more sociable. I understand there is a sort of complex with a restaurant and a bar and a casino. And
Why don't we have those?
What is casino?
I don't.
it
I
is a
don't know
place
what
where
that
you
is.
gamble for winning of games, and I think money exchanges hands as well. I'm not sure. Regardless, if you could please be so kind as to oversee their date and make sure nothing untoward happens. In particular, we are most concerned about Sir Richard. As you know, he has a tendency to
Turn into tentacled monster.
I mean, yes, bluntly put, but correct. That is, yeah. Obviously, we do not think that would be a huge problem, but we don't want to establish a reputation as turning up and destroying places. I mean, we do that every single time we go anywhere, but there is a hope on some levels that the PR of this can be pushed more towards we're here to help, not we're here to destroy
I
everything.
definitely think you picked the right people to trust with the PR, really.
Well, of course, Speaker is a natural diplomat. Do describe your actions.
Yes, one of the few gestures Speaker has learned is the thumbs up. and so it is very frequently deployed with always deadly seriousness.
Fantastic. I thank you both for this. This is very kind of you, and obviously, I think you can probably both gauge the right amount of giving them space as well as making sure that you're present. And I trust you entirely with the understanding of how to make those things work, balance out very well.
Romance needs music. I shall go collect my pipes.
Speaker, before you go, I only have one further request.
So many regrets.
Could you both please dress appropriately for the occasion?
Just a curious cocked eyebrow.
I literally only have this. This is the lab coat with the least amount of blood on it.
Speaker is trousers, shoes, a big camel coat with mysterious sort of runes inside of it. No shirt.
Do you perhaps have something, the ability to clean?
I have one which is so much blood it's almost red.
That is a solution. Okay, we could do this.
I have a request.
Of course, yes.
Can I bring Dave?
Can you bring your cat on an away mission?
Yes.
I do not see any reason to stop you from this. We do not expect any combat to occur.
Excellent.
Just to be clear, everyone, Day is a half animatronic cat. It is not half and half in a sort of, the back legs, the front legs, down the middle. Down the middle, animatronic cat. Its meow is terrifying.
What's day short for, Waywalker?
Deus Ex Catina.
The obligatory groan, thank you. I have just reminded everyone, sorry, I should have said this at the top. Because we have to finish at 10 o'clock sharp today, there will be no interval. No interval. So if you need to go to the loo or grab a drink, we do have an open door policy, so do please pop in and out as you see fit throughout the game. Thank you. Right.
I did say I wanted to bring back a tentacle.
I shall acquire torso coverings and fetch my pipes.
Excellent. We also have the height difference here is.
I'm basically Tim Tebowing it to sorry, that's an old reference.
I get it, but no one else
It's a
will.
5 foot height difference.
Yeah, it's a 5 foot height difference. So I'm not only on taking a knee, but I'm also basically bent over.
Lovely.
I will now take the dash action to run 90 feet to fetch my pipes.
It will take you a couple of rounds.
Yes, thank you. I'm sure I've got a tunic somewhere.
I will fetch my most blood-stained coat.
Do you want to add more blood to it to make the red just evened out?
Yeah, but there are some patches. I've got some like rats or something like that.
Cool. And like a paintbrush, just
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Quite
then
nice
I'll
like that.
give the carcass to Dave and feed it to the fleshy part. And then
Its mouth is half mechanical. Part of the problem.
Yeah.
Struggles to drink water.
Yeah. He's happy.
Happy.
And then I will say, well, we're going on an adventure.
Did you pick up your healing potions?
I don't need healing potions. I'm a doctor.
Speaker, did you pick up your healing potions?
And once again, thumbs up.
Right. Which of the two of you would like to arrive into the portal room first?
Me, it's my day.
There we go.
I can see how this is going.
Char, you enter the portal room. How have you dressed for the occasion?
I'm wearing, right, so my best party dress got ruined on the last mission I went on. I had to remove my little legs, it was a disaster. What I've done since is that I've made myself a jumpsuit with all my armour inside it. It looks very swanky, but it's fully leather armour. Because I have played D&D before.
Okay, is it sort of a date attire? I mean, give me a sense of how datey it looks.
It's very dainty. It's like it's got a low cut top, like really low cut top, and it's like loose sleeves and like loose legs. It's very
Great, lovely.
The main important thing about being on a date is that you have to feel comfortable.
I agree. I think, yeah. So, Richard, how have you dressed for the occasion?
Well, he sort of wears the same thing all the time. He's dressed like, if you imagine an 18th century professor. Actually, no, the perfect reference is Johnny Depp as Ichabod Crane in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
He's also covered in blood in that.
Not all the time.
Well, pretty much constantly.
Richard is not currently covered in blood. Beg your pardon? Absolutely. So, think the sort of like somewhat frilly white shirt, waistcoat. He has his glasses on, and he has one of those long tail coats that is, I think his is red with gold lining.
I'm assuming that this is the meld that you are wearing.
Yes.
Yeah. Richard has a sentient piece of armor that adapts its form to whatever he wants.
If you're okay with it,
Yes.
when he sees Char,
Yes.
I'd like to know to automatically rearrange itself so it perfectly complements whatever she's wearing.
So you walk in, and there's a slight ripple as you see Char, and now you are wearing a perfectly matching outfit pairing.
Shall we?
One moment, please. Your chaperones are still.
We do not live in the 18th century. We do not need chaperones.
I have returned with my pipes.
Speaker, we do not need the pipes.
It's your decision, mate.
You never know.
Hey guys, I got my cat!
Oh dear God.
Is that red? Was that originally red? Yeah! My intention, that statement, please.
Roll a deception check, please.
Oh, I was going to shake my head.
It's 13.
Mine's 18.
It's blood.
I am trying not to freak you out before your date. Look at my cat.
Why are you bringing the cat on?
Because he never gets to get off the Nexus. And I never get to get off the Nexus. And I am, I want to experience new worlds and respond to them because his brain is half machine. And I want to see how he responds to different stimulus.
As long as you're going to do that and not sit at the same table as us, okay?
Are we not sitting at the same table?
No!
I shall be in the kitchen overseeing your meal.
But Snicker, you cook for us every day. Look, they're lovely. They cook very good food. It's very expensive. How can we not just all relax and have a lovely evening
I'm very relaxed.
without working?
What is relax?
When you just sit in your room and you do nothing. Like you sit at a table in a restaurant, you just talk to a waiter for 4 hours.
That would be very relaxing.
This sounds like a tremendous waste of time.
With that.
You stop the cat from escaping into their casino, alright? Yeah. I've been told I have a bit. I just protect it.
Would you feel more comfortable?
I mean, I know.
I'm sorry, with your abilities, we are not 100% sure that we can rely on that not being an issue.
I might have to talk you out of it.
If anyone's going to be doing any talking, it will be me.
To be fair, he is very tall and I am very short, so if you stare straight ahead, you won't see us.
I've actually asked for you to be sat. I've actually asked for you to be sat somewhere far away. Far, far away from
With
us.
that, with that, Simon sort of nods at Anya, who runs the portal room. Her hair changes colour from vibrant pink to neon blue. Starts cranking at the gears on the side, and a greenish portal opens. You may step through.
I
as you
put
see fit.
Day in my backpack, which I've decided is cat-sized. It's fine, you don't need air.
The cat thinks, half of me does.
Fine, guys, I've got to speak with Dead if this all goes wrong.
So, who is stepping through the portal first?
Probably me.
Are you taking Richard by the hand? Are you just guiding him? What are you doing?
Shall we?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Great. Well, I guess see you tomorrow.
Have fun!
Thank you. Let's go.
You two step through. Do you two follow?
I was. What? Are you genuinely cocking your arm up? I will just take my big Goliath hand and push you through, and then follow.
You step through the portal. Again, it's that slight tugging from somewhere behind your navel and a slight feeling of being pulled forward, and then you are stepping out of this portal into a gold brocaded nightmare.
Grant?
The floor, everything that is not gold brocade is various shades of blue, often velour, sometimes felt. Or, where it is not velour, felt, or brocade, it is glass.
I'm really sorry, I've never actually looked at it before.
No, it's lovely.
This is a monument made to a madman.
Let's start this date as we mean to go on. Yes, please.
That's a 15.
Mine's 15,
It's lovely.
so wait till you meet them.
Looking around you, I think all four of you are perception checks.
Yes, I would like to spy for our enemies.
18.
It's just too much gold for me. 7.
You all see. You are standing in what looks like a hotel foyer space. There is some nice jazz playing. Around you are quite a few people of various races, people that you've seen before, people that you haven't, different species you may have encountered on your travels, and some you haven't. It is very much a smorgasbord.
Anyone else?
The most predominant species, however, is one that three of you don't recognise. You do, you've met them before. They are very short, about the same size as werewolves. They have amphibious fins for hands and feet, and walk with a kind of wet slapping as they go. Their faces are the faces of fish.
It's like a mermaid reverse.
Yeah. Except that the face faces outwards, not upwards. But yes, one who is wearing a gilt waistcoat that sort of, you notice they're not wearing trousers, but they are wearing a waistcoat. And walks up and goes, "Good evening.
Well night, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Krulublublub."
Bless you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Char.
Oh. Takes out a notebook. Ah, yes, we've been expecting you.
Yes.
Is this your boat?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Hello.
How do you do?
And this is your chaperone.
Well, we're going to use the word associate.
I need to speak to your chef immediately.
He really doesn't. He really doesn't.
I understand, of
Hello,
course.
I'm very welcome. Do you have blood and can I have some?
Shush.
All of your needs can be met by calling. Can I suggest that we move you to your designated social area and can begin your lovely magical evening?
Just one more time. Slower.
We will take you to your sitting area.
He said he'd take us to our seating area and we could be seated for our magical evening. Now the chef! There is no time!
Speaker, I love your food. I'd really just prefer to eat something else this evening. I think you should just relax. Look, this is all on me. I pay for everything. It's all covered. You can just have a lovely evening.
Your slight against my ability has been noted. I will improve.
Richard, as they are having this conversation, and I think there's probably a certain amount of you going, yep, fish people, and then if you turn around and look behind you, there are various alcoves in this foyer space where it looks like other portals are appearing. You do know other races have portal technology, you guys aren't unique in that, but it is relatively rare, and there are a surprising number of portals. So, it appears this place is very much a planar hub, as somebody described. Behind all of these is glass, and behind that glass is the ocean. Limitless ocean. You can see if you look slightly on a lower angle that there is sort of reef beneath you. You can see some semblance of like underwater castles. And you can also see from this that wherever you are is slowly moving.
Have I read about anything like this anywhere?
In your universe, no.
And from my time in the Nexus reading Food and Library. Wow.
I mean, this is very much not the side of things you guys tend to deal with. Yeah.
I would like to essentially memorize everything.
Cool.
I would also like to turn to Speaker and when walk into this building. If you don't mind, I greatly appreciate that.
Yes, we're going to watch you very carefully in case you turn into a squid.
I will give my life for this task.
You cast suggestion. Who are you casting suggestion on?
That's your job.
It would be way marketed as the greater,
Threat.
but I am aware that you have very high wisdom. Let's see how the saving.
Monk and a cleric, they're both fine. Go on.
Yeah.
That's a 25.
I think you pass it.
So, you will know that there was some magical suggestion in that.
Your lack of faith is noted, but understandable.
Weirwood really has my best interests at heart. She's only helped me open about 4 times.
Can I talk to all to your table?
I have 30 feet of telepathy.
Correct.
And I can allow people to communicate through me, correct?
Yes.
Right. I would like to ensure that we are just thinking at each other while he leads us to the table.
Okay.
Yeah. So he doesn't need to say that and speak through his skills anymore. Right? I've been overruled by the crowd.
But everyone else has to go home. Good.
Out of interest, my good man, is common your native tongue, or do you have?
Oh, no.
What do you speak normally?
No, we normally speak a language called Kluklu.
Kluklu.
No. Kluklu.
Kluklu.
No. You have that conversation.
I just want to check, is his Clue actually a unique language?
Yes.
Okay, good. I just wanted to show you the language of speech just in case it covered it.
No, it's not deep speech. No. That's something very different.
I do.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage because they tend to all look very, very similar. They are all just fish. Right, okay. So what you end up with is there's a lot of these fish people here, and I mean, the things that you would differentiate between them are so minute to the human eye. Yeah, difficult. As you step forward, you are guided out of this foyer space. You note that there are various doors leading to various different places. There are
Chris set me up for that. I'm really sorry.
There are what look like elevators, but they appear to be powered by water. They appear to go to various floors. You don't really know what they do. You can see off to one side there is a slightly more rambunctious hall where people appear to be gambling. There is a very swanky-looking bar with a nice sculpture. It's of a fish. And you are guided to a much more gilt door behind which people are sat at tables. And your host is called Lug Lug, by the way. Lug Lug.
What's that in native?
Jeff.
Did you get a private table requested?
Oh, madam child, you have been given the table. And he guides you through to a central table. It is the central table in this entire restaurant. You also notice you walk towards it. In fact, roll an investigation on this, and it's fair that you get this. An 8. It looks gaudier than the others, but you're not quite sure why. You guys walking closer see that someone has stuck hearts on the chairs, and there are some balloons in the middle of the table, and someone's gone all out to make this date go well.
There are sigils of organs here. They mean to dissect you.
First of all, if anyone's going to be doing any dissecting, so hearts don't look like that when they're inside your body. I can show you yours.
I didn't request this. It's not. It's okay. You can say so. I didn't request this.
Look, everything is proposed! Oh, thank you. I'm so pleased to welcome you.
The speaker's just standing next to the table and the balloons are like batting against his chest because he's 7'5".
Two other of the fish people step out and pull your chairs out for you. Please note that they barely get up to like halfway up the chair, so they're sort of pulling it out, pulling them back in. As you two are seated, another fish person walks over towards you and goes, "How? Come with me, please. Come.
Speaker follows.
Yes.
You are led to a table by the kitchen.
Excellent.
It has none of the adornments, and the fish person just walks over and goes, "Oh, go.
I have some hearts in my bag if you'd like me to.
Please, I have to sit there, people. I've got a very busy shift today."
Can we see them from our table?
Yes, they're about 40 feet away.
Excellent.
Correct!
Not all of them, Chris.
I know. So,
Shame if someone had 45 feet of movement.
So, you are both sat at your table. You are both pairs sat at your respective tables. In front of you, two of the fish people come along and both leave these expansive menus in front of you that are written in really pidgin common. Your meal has been chosen for you. It is the finest dishes of the house in a tasting menu, followed by all sorts of other bits and pieces that you will probably enjoy. You know there's a sort of fish theme. And once you've passed through all of those, at the bottom there's a very kind note saying, "Thank you so much for your custom."
They used to just give me a lot of money, so I guess now I just
Yes.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can tell when the order goes to the kitchen?
They don't make an order, it's just being brought out.
Oh, it's being brought out.
Yeah, it's
In that
tasting
case, I
menu.
would like to stealth into the kitchen.
Hang on, before you do, you are both handed menus in presumably Kloop Kloop. You have no idea because you cannot read them. And he goes, well, thank you very much. And walks off again. You know that
I do not understand this.
Your fish person appears to be dealing with more tables than their fish people. None, just you.
Is the language closely related to Gnomish,
No,
Order,
no,
Original Deep?
no.
Okay.
It's a lot of different squiggles that look a bit like bubbles. It also looks like you might read it from bottom to top.
And what am I meant to do with this?
Click on answer it, click on main, pick up the result.
I just,
Ugh! And walks off again.
Speaker removes his pre-prepared bag of trail mix.
There's only little food you have bought in the restaurant.
No, okay.
Bring me water then.
Grabs a jug, just plonks it down on the table. It's salt water. Con saving throw, please.
I believe these people mean to kill us.
10.
10. You're not sick. In the meantime, you are poured glasses of... I mean, it looks like champagne, because it is a little glass and it foams as it goes in, but there's a faint briny smell to it as well. As you sip it, it's delicious. It's got a slightly salty quality, a bit like sort of salt and taffy or something like that. Nice sweetness alongside it as well. A bottle is decanted at your table and left there, and you're obviously welcome to have as much as you like. Big heart-shaped balloon floats slightly into the vision and out again.
Once again, I didn't ask for those.
It's just I don't really see the point in romantic relationships.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I'm seeing other people romantically, so like we could just have sex.
Can we hear this?
I'm sorry, but I can read lips, and I'm telling you everything.
Are you telling me everything?
Yeah.
Yes, you have full knowledge of this entire date.
She just said they could just have sex.
Speaking to the microphone.
Okay.
This is why words are bad.
Let's
I'm
jump
really
over.
seeing your perspective on this.
In my civilization, you have the unmoving. Once the unmoving is completed, you know whether you should be together or not, and that's it.
We will pick this up, but I feel like Chris wants to get back to the other table.
Who's Chris?
I start to bleed from my nose. Taking 2 points of psychic damage.
Your waiter comes over. What do you want? Girls?
So do I'm sorry, I've never been to a restaurant before.
Oh, gross.
Yes?
Click a number between 1 and 5.
1.
That's the first starter. Pick a number between 6 and 10.
7.
And a lobster. Would you like?
I would like to lean over to this tiny man.
Now you look me in the eye and tell me honestly. Do you intend to poison us today?
No.
Insight.
Please?
Natural 20.
No.
It's
I
good
like to
be
prod him
sure.
into.
You are a good, noble man.
Please don't touch me.
I will have 1 and 1.
That is 2 entrees, sir.
Then that is what I shall have. And some fresh water for the table.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Do you have anything for my cat? Okay, well, you're getting a bit offensive now.
Why did you bring that up?
Because he deserves a day from me.
Please keep him out of sight. We do not like felines on Call-Up-Duty. Sorry, we don't like felines on Call-Up-Duty. Realise that one was a bit swallowed.
Have some fish.
If you keep it in your bag, I'll bring you a little doggy bag. Cat's bag, I don't know. So you would like the spring rolls twice? On the same plate or 2 separate plates?
Two fingers.
Two number 1. Okay, very good. Thank you very much for your custom. We hope you have a delightful evening. He's off. He's gone. Would you like to have a look around the room?
Yes.
Insight or perception? I don't mind which.
Insight again.
Yeah, my
I am hunting for enemies. That is 23.
Jesus, okay.
That is
Excellent.
nothing gets past us.
You both notice 2 things. 1, as you scan the room, people are generally having a good time, you know, lots of drinking and laughing and enjoying life and not spending their entire lives fighting horrible monsters. It's a bit unnerving for both of you. Across the room, a half-elf catches your eye. She's looking directly at you. When she realizes you're staring right back, she breaks the gate and goes back to her food. You note that one of the other waiters is keeping an eye on the 2 of you, just making sure he's always sort of walking around near, just watching you, and you don't know why.
I wring out a bit of my sleeve and just let the blood fall on the table and stare back at him.
The sort of looks at you and keeps doing his job.
I thought,
That one over there is staring at me. I
Which
believe she
one?
means to kill us all.
I think you might be right. Should we take her out first?
We shall let her make the first move.
Thank you both. Returning, you are brought your entrees. It is squid. It has been lightly breaded, but because of a cultural choice of theirs, all the suckers are left on.
We could just have sex.
And we dive back in.
Yes, but you see, do you mean once or do you mean That's been my experience, yes. I'm sure that that's relative.
Like, have you met Kat?
are you enjoying your answers?
It's delicious, thank you.
I do. Thank you.
Excellent. If you need anything, just give me a shout.
This
Bubbles.
bubbles is delicious. Could you send some to my friends?
Oh, have they not had... Pop's doing a bad job today. Okay, I will send some champagne to them, or bubbles to them, on your request, of course. Thank you very much. And please don't forget that your turn on the promenade is at about 8:15, and that the turn on the promenade is at about 8:15, and it is the walking gallery where you can see the beautiful sights of Colombo. Never mind. It's you can see outside. We are traveling through the limitless ocean, and we will be passing across some of the wonderful areas you can see on the outside. The coral reefs are particularly beautiful this time of year.
Just let us know when that is.
I shall, of course. And your food can be taken up to your room where you can eat it afterwards, of course. Yes. We are a restaurant, hotel, casino. We have all sorts of spaces. No, it is all on the house because of your wonderful efforts in making sure we don't get hurt.
That's really very kind of you.
Of course, anything for our friends. And it is the deluxe suite. It is on the 14th floor. You will get a key when you pass through the promenade.
Of course we will.
You were going to spend some on
Oh, I haven't said that.
We come back. Today I'm playing tennis.
I would like to roll another perception check to see if the half-elf is still staring.
Sure.
That is 21.
She's not staring anymore. She's gone back to her food. Although you do note that she says a few words to the gentleman across from her and then stands up and goes to leave the restaurant.
Should we follow her?
It might look suspicious if we both leave the table. I shall do a rudimentary reconnaissance mission and report back.
I would
Very
like
well.
to take the dash action.
She is less than 45 feet away from you. You will run past her, round again, and then be face first with her. A bit more subtlety might be called for, speaker.
Oh, fancy bumping into you.
Literally?
No.
Wait, take day. I want to see the check.
Do you just follow discreetly?
No, I will just walk up to him. I've got no. This is not how I interact with people. What are you talking about, subtlety?
You go up and say hello.
Madam!
Yes?
I noticed you were staring at me and I would like to know the reason.
Well, you are very tall.
Yes?
Sorry, I've not seen one of your kind before. I was briefly intrigued.
There are not many of us far from here.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Anyway, I must be going. Do enjoy your evening. She continues to walk out.
I shall return to the table.
Yeah. I'd probably have an answer there.
In square feet.
In square feet.
How big roughly is this restaurant?
About 100?
Come back to me.
Okay, you return to the table, sit down. As she walks away, make an insight check.
Me?
Yes.
Modify 20.
She's lying, Jazz. Your server, by the way, who was looking a bit weird, has headed into the kitchen and has not returned.
You know what? I feel like everyone here is on a date of some capacity. I'm not us, obviously. We're here on important reconnaissance. Okay, like my cat back, actually. Thank you.
The half-elf was dishonest. Words.
Well, this sort of ties into my plan. Because I feel like everyone's date could be improved by just a bit more honest communication. And zone of truth is not a concentration. concentration spell.
Correct, it is
I
not.
can sustain multiple zone of truth at the same time.
Yeah, you can.
So I would like to use
Wait,
spell
what?
slots to cover. I think I can get over half of this restaurant. So I'm hoping I can get pretty much most of the tables.
You will irritate our
Are you
hosts.
trying to get us?
I'm
I
going to
think-
get you, but I'm going to get other people as well, because I'm trying to promote communication.
Okay. Where do you do the first casting of this spell?
I say I'll aim for them first.
You walk over to them.
I know, I've just got 60-foot range.
Oh, you just
Go to
bonk.
the table.
Cool. Would you both like to make charisma saving throws, please? Warlock and a rogue swashbuckler. I think you're fine.
That's a crit fail.
No, you're not.
Mine's also not great. It's 12.
Cool. We'll come back to that. You both fail. As you cast the spell and a portion of the restaurant is suddenly zone of truth.
If any
Now a
of my
verb.
friends would like to buy me another G&T, I would be more than grateful for that.
Two spells like that.
We're not. Don't ask the audience for drinks. I'm vetoing. No. Ask our stage manager for drinks.
She's doing well.
Never mind.
That's
Right.
a con saving throw.
Yeah, I bleed from the nose. Good. Right. The moment you cast the spell, and it does happen, your serving servant goes, excuse me, no magic in the restaurant.
I didn't cast any magic.
Roll a deception check. With disadvantage, you obviously cast magic in the restaurant.
That would be a 4.
If you do not remove the spell, I will be forced to remove you from the premises.
We are here on an important order business. You can't just remove me from the business. I didn't do any harmful magic. Anything, I've upped your business.
Please turn it off. As you do that, you heard on the table, never liked your hair.
Yes, yes, now they are discussing matters.
Okay, just give me a second. Okay. Before I do that, is anybody here harboring any ill intent towards myself and my party members? Just say no, everyone.
No one's responding. Everyone's thinking the kind of, what the, you guys, this interrupts your conversation. We'll get to that too.
Okay, sit down.
I am trying to make sure this is safe and calm.
Down.
Do you like my cooking?
No, do you like my cooking, was his question.
I love your cooking. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Much better than Compass.
Someone tell David. Right.
Oh, 1 second. I take that. Day, are you happy?
No, I long for death.
Interesting.
Wilkins, sit down.
Are we in the zone
I
of
am
truth?
taller sitting down.
Please stop doing the spell! Or we will be forced to ask you to leave!
I think it's best to maintain our relationship and drop the spells.
Fine. But only because I have the greatest respect for your establishment.
Thank you! Cool, that's about a minute. The spell is cast after that last comment. What are you currently discussing?
So are we still under the influence?
You will be from the moment this conversation starts, yes. You said I wasn't just talking about tonight. No.
Yeah, I said I have.
There it is. I wasn't saying no.
Life is short. Advisable is looking at things. That's another way of doing it.
And I admire that way of looking at them, justice and law.
That's fair. It's
You both realise you're under the effect of a zone of truth spell. And that encounter happens, and now you're back into your conversation.
Perhaps we're speaking of as well. What's the best case?
well, we started doing, and it's fun. That's a conversation occasionally, and to see
Hang on, Emma, hold that and say it again in a second, because that hurt. Go on. Who is your lobster?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Did he say the word song?
He's asking you to play some music.
I have brought my pipes.
Excellent.
Questionable obsession with the single.
Chris, I'd like to roll a performance check.
Please do, absolutely.
Can I add my
I cast
proficiency
guidance.
What?
I cast guidance.
Sure, yeah.
bonus? Is it okay if I add my proficiency to this? Because I am proficient with my pipes.
Yeah, of course you do.
That's good. So that takes it from a -2 to a +1. So,
And you can add one a +4.
well,
Extra check.
D4 or a +4?
A
Just
D4.
I think I'll win it. Oh, excellent. That takes me to 15.
Hey! Chaz, would you like to simulate what you play? There it is. Thanks, buddy. As you have this conversation, suddenly bagpipes start ringing out throughout the room. However, what you should note is the people around you are appreciating it. It seems to match the timbre of the background music that Chloe's also playing really well.
Still there.
No, still playing. Hold that thought. Just got creepy.
She just said she stands outside his room.
This romantic entanglement is not going well so far.
I think it could be going better. I wonder if we've got any spells that can help.
No. Spells won't help. You know what the problem is? Words. Words always intermingle. That's why they're so disgusting. And twist your intentions.
It's quite a long speech about that, to be honest.
I've been taking lessons on how to communicate.
You're doing very well.
Thank you. I speak 3 languages.
Really? I speak 5 languages. Do you speak?
Yes, I do. We swapped to deep speech. We swapped to deep speech.
This is horrible.
Guinness forgotten language. Not what you learn these days.
Your entrees are slid onto the table. I mean slid, like a... you have 2 plates of spring rolls.
Could you take a message to the other table?
On those?
Just told them, liven up a bit.
Is that a private message?
I don't know.
Oh, by the way, plonks a bottle of what looks like champagne on the table. From the house.
Can we trust the intentions of the house?
I trust the intentions of this gentleman, but this bottle requires investigation.
Day.
Day's half robotic mouth is a surprisingly good bottle opener.
No, I wanted the drinks up.
Oh no, don't.
I have this.
I would like to, it's a proper bottle of champagne, right?
Yeah.
Can I open it in a way where there's like minor noise and 0 movement? I'm quite strong.
Yeah, make a strength check for me. Just a pure strength check.
Natural 20.
You take the bottle. Start pouring it. Effortless. It's quite nice. You get a sort of briny, salty, but also quite sweet.
Does it smell poisonous?
Oh, make a wisdom check. No!
Pretty good check.
I pour a little glass for my friend and then I start drinking from the bottle.
Lovely, very good. Right, Lisa, please continue. Oh, by the way, can you all please roll a d4? Mm-hmm.
2.
1.
3.
Cool. Those of you who rolled a 3 are tipsy. Those of you who rolled a 2 are starting to drink. Those of you who rolled a 1 are fine. You don't get drunk.
I just hit someone.
It's also not to do with the bomb, it's just that I'd like to ensure I'm not making myself
That's correct.
the thing that gives meaning to my life is understanding things that have never been understood. Chris, any experience of anything like that in any of my reading?
Roll a history check.
That is a 17.
The idea of a perioperative wound closure, for the D&D fans out there, is not something you would find too alien. Taking it off and you then dying is weird.
So you say you remove it and then you yeah. Yeah. Yes, but if there's no connection, then what's
They're talking about masturbation.
I understand.
Well, you see, children, what you do.
Please don't. At which point you are the fish person walks over to the table and goes, how are your fans and goggles?
It's beautiful.
Excellent. Your turn on the promenade is now ready if you'd like to make your way through the door at the far side of the restaurant. Of course. But don't take the food. Walking and cutting. Yes. everything to your liking, Miss Charles? Are going well? Wonderful. Of course they shall. Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much for the lovely evening.
Oh, you're very kind. We take great pride in our ability to help other races fornicate well. Walks off. Hang on. No, they didn't. No. As he walks off, you two from the kitchen hear sounds of crashing and banging within the kitchen.
I would like
You
to
were right, something's afoot!
Something is afoot.
In we go!
They never listen to me, and I am always correct.
You step into the
I
kitchen.
know the feeling.
Do you run into the kitchen?
I would like to.
Make an initiative roll. Run to the
I
kitchen.
would like to stealth into the kitchen.
Oh, well then, interesting. Make initiative
Guidance.
rolls anyway.
Make what rolls?
Initiative rolls, please.
Initiative rolls.
Yeah.
21.
Oh,
Excellent.
not good for me. 10.
Cool. What do you want to do first?
Yes, I mean, we sneakily. I'm very sneaky. I will cast guidance on him.
Okay, that is an action.
It is an action, and then for my movement, I accept that he can move a lot faster than I am, so I'm just kind of climbing up.
Climb.
I'm gonna kind of latch on to him.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Guidance is a concentration spell. Just to be aware of.
Well, then she might
So
still,
I think you're
still
gonna.
have it on me from the bagpipe incident.
It lasts a minute.
Touche.
It's only on one ability check, so once you roll the stealth check, it'll be gone.
Are you now stealthing into the...
Yes, I am.
What was your initiative roll?
It was a 10.
A 10.
Disappointingly.
Okay. Cool, you hear more noises from inside the kitchen?
Yep, needed that. Needed that guidance. That doesn't help that much. 9.
9. You step through the door. You are so much taller than all of them.
Who is in peril?
A waiter dropped a tray.
I would like to insight check.
Please, go for it.
That is a modified 20.
He's had a really long day.
Well,
There's incompetence here, but nothing to suggest.
you are clearly exhausted from your workload. Your employer should hire more employees or have more decent rotas.
Are you in a union?
What?
What's a union?
Yes, I'm here for this.
It's where the workers, well, in the simplest terms, you form together and therefore you have a kind of negotiating power with your superiors in order to negotiate better rates and fees. It's quite common in the Rockingham community, Swampland community.
What's our rights and fools?
Well, you know how much you're paid per hour, and
This.
Hold.
I'm sorry. Are you? Is this
Sorry.
this slave labour?
This kitchen, does it have a pass like you can see into the dining room? Can I look through to see what's going on out there?
In general?
In general, well, I also want to see that our friends are all right.
Of course, if you look out, they are being given... They seem to be taken from the table to be guided through a door at the back of the restaurant.
This is run by slaves.
There is no time for revolution. We must protect our friends.
Make perception checks, both of you.
Natural 20.
Excellent.
16.
As you turn to look out of the pass and to look out into the restaurant, and as you see that your two chaperies, I don't know what the word is, are about to leave the restaurant, you also note from the corner of your eye the Kuatoa server who was looking weirdly earlier catches your eye, notices you're looking at him, and then steps through a back door at the back of the kitchen.
I think we will come back to the revolution, but in the meantime, I think we need to follow him.
Him?
Him, the server.
There's just a door.
Just go, come.
I shall have a conversation with him.
I take the dash action.
I'm still taking on your shoulders.
Yes.
So,
I would like to take the dash action, which I believe covers 90 feet, which
Yes, it
means
does.
I have time to swing by the table and grab the champagne.
Okay, I'm going to say, for some colour, if you'll allow me, you jump and just spin and jump through the pass. Very Spider-Man, in case you played it. And land, roll, grab the bottle, run in, grab a bucket by the scruff, and just and are now running through the door ahead of you. You bound through this swinging door, and in front of you is a service corridor. It is not gilt. It is not brocade. There is no felt.
this is much more like it.
It is the back
Let's
end
put
of
the tables
a...
in here.
And it's just a long corridor going down. You do not see sign of anyone.
Are there doors off on the side of it?
It appears to have various turnings on it as well.
Can I? Don't know, I'm going to track this. Can I roll survival? Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely.
To track this guy?
Oh, guidance.
Oh, thank you. I will need it. Cool. Sorry, maths is hard. 14.
Not like it matters, I rolled a 2. What you hear is... He set it up earlier. And there's definitely footsteps moving down a corridor to your left.
Our assailant is this way.
Let's go!
Didn't do anything to you.
Yeah.
And you dash into the bowels of Coloptable. Right. You two are being guided to the promenade.
Shit, I forgot a day. That'll be fine.
I gave you one instruction.
It does indeed, long for death, Dom. You two are being guided through golden doors.
Would you like to hold that? I mean, only if you want.
I find you fascinating. I find this necklace interesting. I'm more than happy to spend time to discover that. But and as I've said, you're very attractive. This is not about whether or not there's an attraction. It's just the inevitability of one of us going to the right.
We know that one of us is present.
There's no reason.
Your server next to you starts going,
Oh, sorry.
Bills, the door. Would you like us to open the door?
Yes,
They step forward and open the door.
please. Please, Jack, open the door.
Jeff. As he opens the door,
Sorry, Chris, that was a reference from a TV show you're probably not familiar with because you're from Germany.
fair. Door opens and you are guided into the promenade. In front of you is a curved walkway that seems to curve around the edge, potentially the outside of some sort of curved structure, which you appear to be inside. Again, there is gilt and brocade and felt and velour and all the rest of it, but it is very hard to see. It is very dark in here. There is some twinkly light from various small, what look like candelabras that are inset on the inside wall down this, what looks like a long corridor. It's quite twinkly, quite moonlighty, quite pleasant, but most of the light is coming from outside. You get that dappled effect of light coming through water, and it is coming, you can see that you're presumably in whatever you're in relatively close to a surface, but you cannot see a surface line. You do get a sense of very beautiful light passing through, and as it does, it is bouncing off the most gorgeous coral reef you have ever seen. Pinks, purples, blues, magentas, greens. You can see them, some of the plants softly wave in the water as it passes over them, and it is a living, breathing organism beneath you that just exudes a sense of life and quiet purpose and intent. Inside it and built alongside it are what look like castles, but as you look a bit more closely, they're made of dead coral. And the coral has clearly naturally died and then been reappropriated and reused to create almost minaret sculptures and pinnacles going in between these fronds. It is breathtakingly beautiful. Please get back to your very, very sad conversation.
Do you mind if we just look for a moment?
No, please.
Roll perception check.
Can I ask you to be right now?
Of course. With a 19 char, what you get looking out is that this is absolutely gorgeous. It has been built around the organicness of this area. And also that what you're in, as you sort of get a slight look now, a slightly better look at, it appears to have sort of bronzy tentacles. And if you had to guess with a 19, you're probably inside what would probably from the outside look like a gigantic mechanical jellyfish. With a 15 and the eye on, there is no magic here. No one has done anything to try and tamper with this. It is purely people working with the organic matter to hand. mean, around you, clearly this holding a stable air bubble without the technology to do it is clearly magical, but beyond that, no. Yeah.
I know Ringcroft, so it's good to see it. They told me about it. I'm not afraid of that.
That's admirable.
Not by killing up.
When we have that. What? Neither do I.
You're actually bothered.
Shall we continue?
As you walk down the promenade, Char raises a hand.
Companionship is nothing else. We were both named John.
Are you waiting to say something? You are. Sorry. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Tell me about it. With interactions like these, they always boil down to someone wanting and needing something that they're not there, willing to acknowledge it to themselves or to the person they're asking. I suppose what I've been asking is, what do you want from me?
Calmness.
I've never been particularly good at providing that.
Do you shout at people in the corridors?
No.
Do you randomly turn up on people's beds 3 days after they've been on a date with you?
No.
Then you're more calmly looking, I say.
I think that says more about what other people will say.
Touche, salesman.
That seems reasonable.
You are welcome to speak to me whenever you want. I just
What is it? You're from under a brochure? I don't know whether that's because you're more comfortable or because you're thinking.
both. It's not that I don't enjoy the company. I am genuinely enjoying myself. It's just it's both a distraction and I don't wish to endanger those around me.
Understand that?
I'm so sorry. May I have my hand back, please?
I killed someone once. Accidentally.
I may have as well.
Because of who I am.
How do you?
And can I make the glow happen without fully saying off?
Yes, you can make radiant energy pour out of yourself without hurting people around you.
Just to show.
Yeah. It makes an angelic noise.
The first time I found out I could do this, I was protecting someone. Good job. This happened. I knew what was happening. I woke up next to 2 bodies. Them. And my mentor.
That must have been very painful.
jump back to Oceans 2.
Get back here!
You're running down the corridor.
Yeah.
You turn a corner.
You hang a left. Thank you.
Another door in front of you is doing the... Thank you, Tom. I notice I haven't been given a drink, but there we go. That's just how I say.
And I wink like a champion.
I actually only want the small wine, so do you want some of this?
We'll make it work, don't worry. The door in front of you is flapping slightly, and you can hear beyond it the noise of people.
People?
People.
Okay,
People's
there's no
in
salty.
distress?
Let's just burst in.
Yeah!
Let's just burst in with a murder team at this point.
You run through the door, and you are standing on the casino floor. You are surrounded by people gambling at various tables, if you're quite flat out. There are an awful lot of people here. It will be very difficult to find your quarry.
Is this how I run all the time?
It appears that we have lost the person we're chasing.
Maybe make a perception check.
Yeah!
With disadvantage.
Oh no, I roll my other 2 dice. See what they give me. Oh! They're both the same number.
17.
23.
23. Excellent. Waywalking, you struggle to see through this crowd if there is anyone there recognizing the fishfolk who was there
I'm not used to
beforehand.
being this high up.
However, you spot your quarry, who is very clearly making his way through this crowd of people trying to be as unobtrusive as possible.
Okay, how far away?
At this point, he's pushed us about 50 feet into the room.
50.
Yes.
That's slightly beyond 45.
Correct.
I take the dash action.
Cool. You take the dash action. What would you like to do? Because that's your action, isn't it?
Yes, I would like to take the dash action and interpose my very obvious frame between him and where he is travelling.
Cool. There are screams of alarm as you shoulder your way through. It's difficult terrain. As you shoulder your way through these people. You don't
Sorry,
quite-
important business, sorry.
And you don't quite get to him.
Don't quite get to
Is he still
Difficult
moving?
terrain, Chaz.
Is he still moving away?
At this point, he's...
Oh, if I'd known if it was difficult terrain.
Well, I'm sorry, you didn't ask.
I have an argument to make here.
Go on.
So it says that I will spend a key point to do this.
Fine. Yes.
So a key point to do Step of the Wind, where my
Yes.
dash is doubled as a
Yes.
bonus action, but also my jump distance. And I've argued this successfully before.
Yes.
Because I have a powerful build, I count as one size larger when determining the weight I can push, drag, or lift. And what is jumping if not pushing off the floor?
You know what? Lawyered. I'll take it. You leap over a crowd of people who all scream out in horror as this gigantic Goliath leaps over all of them with a gnome riding on his shoulders.
It's the highest you've been.
Cheers.
Cannot take you anywhere.
I mean,
You're
know me,
not
now I get to
there, you
lawyer
don't know the chaos
Roll
bit
for the
called it.
landing.
What am I rolling against?
A dexterity
Dex save?
saving throw.
Dexterity saving.
Guidance.
It's a saving throw.
You just want to confirm that number for me?
No.
Yes.
It's a 7.
No, it's not.
It's a 7. Oh, that number. Okay, that's a 1.
So yes, you can leap an extremely long distance, especially if you use Step of the Wind. Not pushing is like pushing off the floor is like jumping. I agree with you. However, landing is very difficult. And as you leap over this crowd of people, you realise you're about to leap into a crowd of people. Your gigantic Goliath frame.
1 second, reaction, slow fall.
How high do you think you've jumped?
Well, let's look at this.
30-foot vertical leap.
Just straight up. This was a terrible idea.
Well, let's think about this for now.
My brother,
I've got Step of the Wind, so I can dash as a bonus action.
Yes.
I've got Athlete, which means I can high jump after moving 5 foot.
Yes.
And I can push one size larger. So I'm going to say I jumped 15 feet in the air.
Cool. Talking about slow fall.
Slow fall, reduce...
This is the rules part of the game, everyone.
Reduce any falling damage by 5 times my monk level.
Damage. You're not taking damage.
Oh, I'm great.
You son of a bitch.
Can you please roll?
I'm lawful good, not lawful nice.
Someone buy him the t-shirt. Okay,
That's
so
nice.
you are leaping into a crowds full of people. Your body's a magical weapon, isn't it?
It is.
Monk?
Yeah, it is. It counts as a magic attack. Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you make an attack roll?
Just a straight attack roll.
Yes, please.
That is a 14.
Right. Well, they're commoners. So you leap into a crowd of people. Oh, mate. George is the nicest man here.
Why are you rewarding him at this point?
He's about to kill so many innocent people.
Somebody coordinate it.
Please roll it.
5 damage.
5. What is your modifier? Or is it added? You've added
So that's 1 plus 4.
5. Cool. You don't kill anyone.
Oh.
But you do land in a crowd full of people and just bowl into them. As you do this,
I apologise, important business.
As you do this, your flailing elbow catches a table, which upends, sending piles of money, gambling chips, everything flying through the air.
But am I, at the end of all this, am I in front of him?
Wait for it. The table flips up and over. Pieces go flying everywhere. There is a commotion as people are either getting out of your way, lying on the floor bleeding, scrambling for money, scrambling for chips, or generally just standing next to it, hollering it on. So, as you land directly in front of the fish folk, who just looks at you with an "Oh! Oh!" and starts running the other way. He is running through a commotion, but...
Stop! Command.
What kind of saving throw is that, please?
Wisdom.
Wisdom? That is a natural 19 on my dice.
Fuck. I don't even know.
He just runs off, uses disengage, and runs as fast as he can, going between people's legs and under tables, trying to escape from you. 2 actions. Back to you. What do you want to do?
Well, go! Take the dash action!
I'd take the dash action.
Cool. It is difficult terrain.
It is.
You could try and jump again.
Do it!
I think we both know this is a bad idea.
If they're there to kill our friends, then everyone else here is just collateral damage.
To try and mitigate the journey, because I know what this guy looks like now. I've seen him a couple of times.
You have, yes.
I'm going to clip on the eye and fire it up.
Okay.
So that I know who I'm following, basically, as I take the dash action.
Jazz, what does the eye do?
Well, it gives me true sight
Correct.
and detect magic
Correct.
to a range of 30 feet.
Correct. It does. You flip it on and turn it on. The whole place lights up like a Christmas tree as everyone has magical items. You're instantly sort of, oh God, you can't see anything too strongly.
I've got this.
But that is an action.
Ah, yes, that is.
What's the floor made of?
It's still
Yeah, it's still my turn at the moment. So
It's a velour carpet.
So how far have I moved?
At this point, at the top of your turn, you've not moved yet.
Okay.
You took an action to flip on the eye, turn it on, realised that was a terrible idea, and are now looking around the room trying to work out what the best way
Let's
to
just
deal
fire
with
off that key point again. Let's just
Step of the wind.
Yeah, step of the wind. Let's fire
You
it off again.
manage to, for your bulk and size, nimbly leap between people, following after the direction you saw this Kuotoa go in. Sorry, Fishbone. Can you please make a perception check as you do this?
23.
You
No,
do-
22, sorry.
You do catch sight of him as he slides his way out from under some tables and is making his way to the exit.
What's the floor made of?
Velour.
If I can I see anywhere if it's made of anything underneath it?
At the moment, no.
No, I'll get down there. Too high up.
Also, if you drop down into this, you'd probably get crushed. So,
I know. I'm very quick. I will just I would like to yell out to the room. And just go, everybody get out of the way. We don't want to hurt you, but losses are acceptable. So please move out the way.
They are no good for me.
No, they're not. Can you roll a persuasion check, please?
Surely it's the same for both. I feel that's more intimidation.
I'm sorry, intimidation check. That's fine by me. Makes it worse.
It's 10.
Sorry?
It's 10.
It's a 10. There are screams all around you, and you see some of these fishfolk are now running up to you, some of which are holding what definitely look like tasers. Please stop causing a ruckus! That's a difficult word to say in this voice.
I didn't cast any magic.
Look at this room! And it's just the whole room is pandemonium, running towards the exit.
He doesn't need magic to do this. If I did magic, there'd be lots more dead people.
Can you make a con saving throw, please? just jams out.
I'm sorry, I'm 7.5 feet up in the air and this thing is my height. How is he getting to me?
Point.
Do you want me to make
Taser's
this
you.
Natural 20!
Oh, God! You can't stop the speaker!
I think what happens is a taser reaches out, jabs into your leg with a... Oh no.
That's very rude!
Sorry, I need to do this properly.
Stop. Please stop, please stop.
We just want to talk to
One of your staff intends to kill us. There is no time to explain. I keep running.
I mean, that took a couple rounds, so he's gone through the main door to the casino. You can try and...
Where would he have gone? You, the person.
Where would who have gone?
Our waiter.
To the kitchen?
Sure.
It all comes out.
This is a disaster.
We are
You
the
make your way... If
problem-solving
you're
team.
using full movement or dashing as your action, it'll still take you, because it's difficult terrain to all these people, to make your way through to the front door of the casino.
Well, I'm up on speaker's back.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Can
eye
I
is still
make a
on.
cup of
Can
tea?
I... Sorry, no.
Can I make a cup of tea?
I beg your pardon.
Can I make a cup of tea?
Vic, how long does it take for you to make a cup of tea?
Like a minute.
Look at the writing on it again.
5 minutes.
You want to make a cup of tea
Yeah.
while riding on the back of a Goliath through a stampede of people trying to escape a casino. Just make sure I've not said a sentence that is utterly ridiculous.
Ugh, my wisdom is 18. That's probably out of character.
I'm not saying you can't. You're welcome to try.
No, I'll save it.
Okay. Make your way to the door. You were going to ask something.
Yes. So my eye is still on, and obviously it's still very bright.
Correct.
I'm happy to roll with disadvantage on this.
Yes.
As I'm chasing after this person,
Yes.
I would like to look for, because with true sight, I would like to look for shapes which either resemble our friends
Yep.
or this half-elf who was staring at me.
Sure. Roll perception check.
With disadvantage? Or?
No, just roll perception check.
That is a 18.
Right. As you are looking around the room, passing through it, you see people very clearly have magic items strapped to wrists or in a shirt pocket. Yeah, bit of cheating going on here. But as you pass through it, with true sight, the range is nowhere near far enough to see your friends. And you don't see any shapes that you recognise in particular. However, as you do get towards the front door of the casino, what you do notice is there's quite a hubbub around the casino door, and the restaurant door appears to be relatively fine, but you do catch a very familiar sight of a figure jumping through a door next to the lifts.
Jumping?
Walking. All useful words.
Oh, man.
He got to the door and went, no. It walked through.
Where the lifts are?
Next to them, yeah.
Oh, that's the direction I'm heading in. So that's the
I
direction
have no
you're heading
choice.
in, yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
We're in this together now.
Hang on. This is for me.
I will continue to take the dash action.
Day is sat under a table in the restaurant, just... Where am I? Yeah, the cat's the real one here. You are halfway down the promenade. As you walk down the promenade, you note there are coin slots, it seems, every sort of 10 feet. There's a sort of coin slot style thing in the wall. What coin do you put in? Drop a gold into one of the coin slots. An automated recording turns up. And to your right, you can see the wonderful coral reefs. They are made of an entirely natural resource that will have to stop me. An entirely natural resource where everything is built entirely through the buildings of the natural world. We are so proud of our work here at Coroldopool. It is a wonderful place to be, and we hope you enjoy your visit.
It's a terrible idea, but yeah.
Coroldopool
loophole is a wonderful invention by the fish folk. We are very proud of our accomplishments in creating underwater bubble technology and slow propulsion. That's right, slow, so you can enjoy the sights.
He repeats the first one again.
I got 50 of these.
He repeats the second one again.
Takes it off, she instantly collapses to the floor.
Can I, what can I,
Emma, make a death saving throw.
Wait, no, because I got 6 seconds before she has to make one, right?
Yes.
I want to take those 6 seconds, I want to use an action during those 6 seconds to, like, you know, to do roll investigation of what just happened, or to understand what just happened, and then I want to put the necklace back on.
What's your initiative modifier?
My initiative modifier is +0.
Emma, what's your initiative modifier? Make a death saving throw. Okay, pass one. What would you like to do?
Literally, I just want to try and, from that moment, what can I understand? This is like pick the necklace up and put it back on, investigation of the necklace. Or...
You can take an action to investigate the necklace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you look at her, she seems fine.
The most dramatic deaths are through indecision.
Hamlet.
That was indecisive.
Oh, I apologise, it's much worse.
Would you like to roll an investigation check? You don't have to use investigation, you could use another skill, but you will get a different answer. You can use any skill you like to examine this necklace, but it will change the answer.
So, before that, just because Richard is smarter than I am,
okay.
Should I use Arcana or Investigation?
They both give you interesting answers in different ways.
Then I'll do Investigation.
Cool.
It's 14.
It's a very pretty necklace, and I don't mean that in a sort of ha-ha, you've rolled a terrible roll. I do genuinely mean it is very delicate, beautifully made. Someone has spent a lot of time on this.
This is not something that someone went, they're 10 a penny. This is very much an item of value. The symbol on it is of a sun. It is, in fact, very similar to the one that Emma wears. And it is very much a symbol of a sun. You are a smart man. You have read a lot of books. This is an image of a sun that looks less like a representation of the sun in the sky and more a flaming orb. The clasp is perfectly normal. Everything else about it is what you would describe as a standard necklace. Your eye is not on, because it's mimicked. You could look at it with the eye, but it will take an action.
Well, at this point, no, I'm not going to play.
Cool. Make a death saving throw. Cool, it's one failure. Her breathing starts to get more shallow.
I'll put the necklace back.
Cool. As you place the necklace around her neck, she stabilizes at 0 hit points. That's what it does.
Sorry, bear with me one moment, guys. I'm just trying to. I don't play spellcasters very often. I'm just looking through the spell list to understand how something I can do works. Oh, no, what am I talking about? I have a healing potion. I give her a healing potion.
Elevator music plays for some reason or another.
I have a healing potion. I give her a healing potion.
Fair, you give her a healing potion. Roll 2d4 and add 2 to it.
Sorry. Oh, that was 2 1s. So you regain 4 hit points. I've really helped.
You awaken again, as you always do, because you've never died. And as you awaken, you feel quite lethargic, quite weak, like a lot of the energy's been sapped out of you, which is why you have so few hit points.
At least I know where to start looking. You probably shouldn't take that off. Yeah. At this point, I think that would be reckless. While I'm perfectly happy to put my own life, please don't.
Yes!
You fall unconscious. Make a death saving throw. You fail 1.
I turn the eye on and start looking at it again.
Just to be very clear, the eye is an action and an ability check is an action.
Yep. Understand how this works now?
Okay. You turn the eye on. Make another death saving throw. 2 failures. Oh, you realise her breathing is not just shallow, it's rasping.
So since the eye's on and that was an action, what do I see before I do anything?
It is magical. I'm sorry, that's cruel. It has a necromantic energy signature. It's very Star Trek. It has necromantic magic. Magic aura. Yeah, are you going to put it on immediately? Because if you're not putting it on immediately, she's making another death saving throw.
Right.
Yes.
How would slow affect that saving
Just remember what happens if you cast spells. Hey, look at the book. I'm going to the book.
This is the greatest cliffhanger to go for a P4.
You know what, Charles? I'll wait till you're back, I promise.
No. Nobody tell me. I'm going to gauge it from the atmosphere of the room.
It's always fun doing these things without your cleric around.
That's our producer. It's our producer there showing some real heart.
As I actually, I didn't bother
Now,
bringing Revivify. So.
there are lots of things that affect the target in terms of how it can move and what it does.
How many actions it can take in death saving throws are technically an action, so...
It can use either an action or a bonus action. You've answered that question yourself.
Right. In which case, I will use my action before giving the necklace back to give Char my other healing potion.
But you leave the necklace off. Interesting.
It's an experiment.
I agree. 2d4 plus 2. Yeah, you roll this time. 8. You pour a healing potion. Can you not see me?
No, this is all.
I mean, it's your prop that you made yourself.
Which is why I stuck with it as long as I did.
Am I still alive?
Yeah, you 8 hit points. You are not. Roll a Constitution check. Check. You feel appalling. The feeling is one that your skin is crawling. The last time this happened, this has only ever happened once before in the volcano. It was in the middle of combat, so we didn't do this. There was no time to notice. That you feel unwell. Very definitely unwell.
Well, it doesn't seem to be the only thing that keeps you alive.
Can you, do you want to make a check on it now? Because
Now that I've got the eye on and
Yep.
yeah, can I...
what
make-
kind of check are you making?
Now I'll use Arcana.
Okay.
It's only a 12.
It visibly radiates with necromantic energy. What you also gain from it, just from the arcana side of it, is it is, in many ways, an item that you know exists, which stops people from dying. If anything, it looks incredibly similar, if not, it is just one of those. Nothing else special about it from an arcane perspective.
Can I make another investigation check?
As you are doing that, you do start to feel a little under the weather. You will lose a hit point every minute. So you have 8 minutes. You do note that she is visibly weakening every minute. Yeah, push down. I mean, a lot of cultures worship suns.
I'm aware. I will make a religion check.
Mhm.
God damn. I'm not rolling well tonight. That's a 7.
It's a sun.
Yes, you are correct. It is, in fact, a sun.
Despite the fact that you just worked out that it probably isn't a sun, it's more a glowing ball of energy, in your mind you go, that's a sun. And that's basically all you get.
See what I read is that, right, Asimar have like a god, and some kind of like got talked to them. Only one's ever spoken to them.
Chris,
Yes.
what happens if I cast Remove Curse on the necklace?
Well, I don't know, cast remove curse on the necklace and I'll tell you. How does your remove curse work?
So it's more of a mechanical thing than anything else. And because Richard is completely insane, if people haven't picked up on that yet, he essentially taps at it until he breaks it open and then tries to smoke whatever's inside. Wow.
That's a friendly heirloom. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
If you're telling me to stop,
It's an heirloom.
do you want answers?
You don't crack it open, you can't crack it open. You can certainly blow your pipe smoke at it and then re-breathe in your own pipe smoke, which would then be coloured by it and allow you to see what the curse was that was part of it. It's not cursed.
Alright.
Now make a charisma saving throw.
Me.
Yes.
Can I grab it?
No. It happens whenever he casts a spell.
That's an 18.
What is your spell save DC?
17.
As he does this, there is a visible ripple across his entire body as for a second, his skin sort of flattens out and then goes back again.
Stay with me. I'm sure you are. Just
You know how close you got.
stay yourself. My character said no to off, which I appreciate.
You're now at 5 hit points.
I have one more
Fine.
healing.
Yeah, it's been 3 minutes.
I have one more healing potion, John. I believe you have 3 yourself. If you take all 4 of them, you might buy us some time. But I think that keeping this off of you for the longest amount of time that we can will give us the most answers.
I take one of mine.
Okay.
What is it?
2d4 plus 2.
Chris, I'm going to keep working my way through investigation until I start getting higher rolls with investigation with Arcana. And with keen mind.
I will tell you what. I will let you make one more check with advantage because you can't re-roll the same check over and over again to get different answers.
Sure. Well, which check? I will.
Arcana has given you that it's a periaptive wound closure.
Okay, cool.
It is a periaptive wound closure. It is not cursed.
And I'm going to do investigation.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to do
With advantage because Jar is helping you because you're both looking at it.
Yeah. And history, I can remember everything from the last month, so I shouldn't technically need.
In the last month, you have spent some time with her. She has not died when she was wearing that.
No, I mean like anything referential to that because you
In the
said
last
in
month.
the last session that I read about Asimov.
You have indeed read about Asimov.
And okay, I'm going to stop.
Hang on.
talking.
Well, no. The answer to this roll.
Okay. So the first roll's a 19. It's a 19.
Plus.
No, it's a 19.
19. Lovely. You together work out the following. 1. Emma wants her necklace back. 2.
Charles doesn't want to die.
You put it back on.
Yeah.
Cool. It is not cursed. It is not in any way a cursed item. It is just a periaptive wound closure. You've already got that from your Arcana check. Your investigation check has revealed that the symbol on it is probably not a sun. It's probably a glowing ball of energy, which seems weird because that looks like a sun, but it's not a sun. You remember reading that Asimar are the children of angels, which is what they are. That's people know them as a race that existed as a thing. She has all of the hallmark look, appearance, characteristics of an Asimar.
That's the uncanny beautifulness, if anyone can get that.
However, looking at her and looking at this and thinking about these two things together, you don't think she's an Asimar.
Is it fair to say that from that you would then assume that someone had done something to give them qualities of an Asimov?
Yes.
She is in fact something.
Yes.
Cool. I tell you exactly that.
Room full of people there with their hands raised going, what?
Are you all right?
What's this then?
I would imagine that was part of what was done to you. I think you might be better equipped to ask that.
Roll a history check. Who gave you the necklace? It's always the parent. I say as a parent. With a 15, was it 15? They were perfectly lovely people. You got a sense they had a past at times, but they never talked about it. Just quiet people living in a quiet town. Quiet lives. Correct.
I think that's what I would do if I was trying to get away from you know, who are let's face it. Oh, you know. We all believe what they say, we all do what they do, we all live together. And they pay us, but we can't ever leave.
You get paid.
Sorry, just because of what you get paid to.
Sorry.
You get paid less.
Well, no, I don't really know what they, well, obviously it's not really important to me. Well, you see, they provided me with the freedom to do my research. They provided me with the freedom to try and find a cure. Of course, but you're telling me they were cold.
Would you like me to tell you, Count? Her name is Wisatra. She's a very old elf.
Yes,
Thank you. Wisatris. Oh my god. You're right, backstory.
I'm quite used to hierarchies. You don't ask questions. Yes. That's a good point.
We destroy everyone again. We're okay, so we could probably destroy this restaurant as we speak.
Undoubtedly.
Roll perception checks, both of you. You both missed the inaudible. Was the whole place shake slightly?
I beg your pardon. You can't leave. Come on, shall we? Can I roll an insight?
Yeah.
Now I get a roll. Okay, that's 19.
Why do you think they brought her in? She's a bounty hunter. She hunts people down and kills them. At least she did before she joined the order.
If I leave, you your call. That seems fair.
The first time we met, we were in a store. We went unconscious. Do you remember all of this? What we said. It's dangerous. If he comes back with us, we'll have to promise that we won't be willing to kill him before he asks us.
That's not quite the same thing as hunting you down. But there's a difference between protecting others from me and preventing everyone in the order from leaving of their own free will. In which case, perhaps it's best that we get back to the Nexus as quickly as possible, because I have several questions to ask. So, why not try? I don't think to try. I understand that you are very convinced of that. I would like to try.
Say it and telepathically prove the point. Say it and telepathically prove the point. Yeah, fair.
I can't promise they asked me to believe that I won't.
That's fair. I can't promise that you can. Perhaps. However, you don't have to find out.
You do.
Nobody will ask us.
I'm very good at that.
Shall we?
Not sure where we're going, but sure. Maybe we should find
The Nexus, I have to ask questions.
It's one thing Richard is, it's single-minded.
Speak, Wocket. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
heading
not my time.
out of the promenade back through the restaurant to the portal?
I would also like to, if I happen to come across Day, I'd like to pick him up and take him with me.
Well, we'll do that in a minute, shall we? Lovely. And we're out of the fucking elevator music, Chloe. Please, God, make it stop.
Back into the area that contains the elevators.
It's all right. She has more than one elevator music track.
Yes.
You dash down through the foyer. You see the door again closing as you run towards it. It's almost like it's a theme.
But it's still there.
The door's moving.
The door's moving, but I can dash through again.
Yeah, of course you
Of course I can. I'm doing that then.
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Yeah.
No way I'm not
Excellent.
doing it.
You dash through the door and you find yourself in a sort of strange, bubbly, viscous room. There's water all around you. You can see lifts that are also sort of bubbly, viscous blobs with a circle underneath, pretty sort of going up and down it. You are currently in the maintenance hatch for the water lift system.
Okay, people just don't go down the maintenance hatches casual like.
No, there's definitely something up.
You do see
Not
someone...
waiters. Waiters aren't also electricians.
You do see... It's not electricity.
I know it's not electricity. Yeah.
It's aqua electricity.
Aqua electricity.
Aqua electricity.
No, water and electricity do not mix well.
That's right, aqua electricity. Thank
Aqua
you.
electricity.
He is very definitely swimming above you, straight up, trying to get as far away from you as
I
possible.
would like to swim after him. I'm a really good swimmer.
Are you? You
Yeah,
can't
I'm
travel
a-
further than I can.
I'm a swamp gnome. We swim.
You're currently standing in an air bubble. There is a viscous membrane. Would you like to leap through the viscous membrane?
No, I think that's not a clever idea. Wait, is there any stone around here?
No.
Is there any, like...
Vic, is stone velour, felt, or brocade?
Can you rip up the floor?
Why not?
You tear up the, well, it's a surface. There's no floor here. It's just metal planks.
I packed the stone. Really well.
There's no stone here, unless someone...
Okay. How far away is it?
Swimming about 40 feet above.
We just want to talk.
He doesn't.
Okay, step of the wind. Let's do this. All right.
And has been established in a previous session, step of the wind affects swimming as well.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Do you have a swim speed?
I don't have a swim speed.
No, you don't, do you?
I do.
Correct, you do. So you can swim 30 feet.
I can swim 25 feet. I'm so low.
That'd be good. You don't have a swim speed.
No, I don't.
What is your current speed?
My current speed is 45.
So with step of the wind, you can swim 45 feet. If you roll an athletics check.
Would I get me to
No. He's
Okay,
a fish.
I'm gonna-
This is what he does.
I'm going to try this again
Yep.
and say, stop! And try command again.
That's a modified 20 on athletics.
Excellent.
Oh, no, sorry. Is 19 on athletics.
So good enough. And he's rolling with advantage because underwater sound waves. Doesn't matter. 18 and a 16 is fine. Command does not affect him. Are you diving in? As you say stop, you get a mouthful of water. Do you want to, can you breathe water?
No, I'm going to swim.
I mean, you
Well,
might you may be
amphibian.
amphibious. I'm not sure.
I'm happy to be amphibious.
Is it on your feet somewhere? You might be, I don't know. Did
You're
I
the
write
DM!
I wrote that 7 months ago!
Swamp gnome to be amphibious. If I'm allowed to say I'm amphibious,
I'm not saying, I'm saying is it written on your sheet anywhere?
No!
Then you're not.
Now, I want to make this completely clear.
Yes.
Step of the wind is a bonus action.
A bonus action.
Bonus action.
Step of the wind is a bonus
Listen to me,
action.
guys.
Listen.
Step of the wind is a bonus action.
Correct.
which means I still have an action.
Correct.
Which means I can throw the gnome. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll never tell you.
Sorry, I am checking the rules for underwater combat, specifically improvised weapons underwater.
But I am using my arms, which count as magical weapons.
Touche.
And I am a spellcaster, so I am also magical.
I think you'll find I'm a +1 small now.
Do you know what the worst thing about this is the speaker thinks that this is a legitimate idea to pursue down a conspiracy. Chaz knows that this is a colossal waste of everyone's time.
Oh, ye of little faith.
As I get thrown back, by the way, I would like to.
He is a rosy tinge.
I would like to channel divinity.
Yes.
As I am prepared to be thrown.
Yes.
And I would like to give myself proficiency in athletics.
Lovely. Are you proficient in improvised weapons?
I'm not proficient in improvised weapons. I just have a punch stack. But I assume that sort of relates to all physical things.
It doesn't, according to the rules. So you throw wave rockets. Now you are not proficient in gnome, so you manage to chuck wave rockets half as far as you'll be able to chuck an improvised weapon, 10 feet. So as you are swimming up, you just chuck wave rocket 10 feet. You have 30 feet of movement. You can easily reach.
Yeah, I would actually get up to him and grab onto his leg.
You do. He keeps swimming. He's a fish, he continues to swim. He's slowed down, you could probably catch up with him.
Yeah.
What is your constitution modifier?
It's +3.
What is your constitution modifier? +2. You have 3 minutes a day, you have 2 minutes a day. You are hanging on to the fish boat and you are going to reach him in your next turn. Would you like a minute to think about it?
No, I've only got 2.
No, so would you like to think about it? I can go back to these guys, so you have a minute to think about it while I go back
Yeah,
to these
okay,
guys.
yeah. Let me think of a plan.
You are heading back through the restaurant. Your chaperones aren't there.
Can I make a perception check to determine if this would generally?
Oh, the bottle of champagne is ruined. I'm still holding it.
Yes, it is.
Well, I'd like to be aware. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything.
Make a perception check.
It's a 12.
There are 3 plates of uneaten spring rolls on the table. Legitimately a spring roll. Look at those little ones. It's all full of prawns. It's all prawn. It's really nice. I mean, an all prawn spring roll, yeah. That's. You got a touchdown of 12. Cool. You walk through the front door. The casino appears to be having some kind of small riot. Oh, Mistress Cha, thank you so much for. Are you not staying in your? Oh my goodness! Oh no! Where are your companions? Is this their doing? If so, we take all the responsibility on ourselves. No, you do not pay for anything at Corruptible. You do not pay for anything here. Exactly. Where'd that come from? Oh, I see. Oh, I will continue at home, of course, I understand. The comfort of home. Your deluxe room does have all sorts of wonderful features you might be amenable to. 17 shower heads. A water bed. Obviously. A minibar.
This room. Is there more of this?
There is a window.
lots of books about the coral. I'm just saying, there are lots of books about them. I mean,
Are they?
we do
Can
not-
I read them?
I presume you know how to read.
Yes, I see how that sounded. Might I? John. Would you mind offering if I can I go read these books? That is not a euphemism.
Sure, the crisis in your order, whether it's a cult or not, but books?
Speed read.
Oh no. We have failed. Mistress Char, I am so sorry that your date was not fruitious.
A former heart-shaped balloon.
Could I purchase the books from you?
I'm sorry?
Could I have the book? Could I take the books with me?
Of course. No. A friend of Char is a friend of all colloquial. I don't know why that got to me, but it did. So we can go and retrieve the books for you.
This seems reasonable to you? And this seems reasonable to you?
No.
Then I would, yes, please.
If it will help the ferocious nature of your conjoining, then of course.
Absolutely. If you bring the books, we're definitely going to go home and have sex. Yes, that's what's happening here.
Roll a deception check! Or not. No, do roll a deception. Oh, okay, I'll go get the books. Goes to the lift. It appears there's something wrong with the lift.
Meanwhile,
I've come up with an idea.
Wait.
I would like to take out my scalpel
Yep.
and slice his tendons.
Audience, if we get into combat, then the way we do initiative in this game is we don't do initiative rolls because it gets very complex and hard to add up, so we use their dexterity modifiers to make sure we know who's doing what when. To add some element of balance to that, we flip a coin, and whichever side pulls goes first, so that way it makes clear that everyone gets a chance to do things and also means we speed up combat. Although the explanation of all this will take a bit longer, and that's just rolling initiative. Over time you'll get it. Right, heads or tails? Anyone from the audience like to pick? Heads for them or for the fish folk? You guys go first?
It's tendons time!
wait a second, my dex mod is +4.
I'm holding on.
Yes, you have your action. You are within range.
I'm within range of him. Is there an air bubble nearby?
No.
Where can I see the next air bubble?
There is a maintenance bubble that is now 50 feet below you. Looking up, it's sort of water between two walls, and you do know that actually the water pressure is slowly just dragging you up slightly. It isn't, you are rising to the surface because it's water. And as you see this happening, there are lifts going past that are these mucous membranes with they are air bubbles.
Okay, I would like to grab both. They're quite small and I'm quite large.
Yes.
So I imagine I can get both of them.
She's hanging on to his leg,
Yeah.
so if you grab one,
Yeah.
the other will surely
The other one
follow.
will follow. So I imagine that if I grab this guy,
Yep.
I can sort of like power kick back into one of these lifts.
Power kick. Oh, swimming.
Yeah.
Didn't kick him. Sorry.
No, I'm not trying to punt him like a football. No.
Okay, make an athletics check.
That's a 21.
You swim up, grab a hold, and try and get as far as the lift. You do get as far as the lift. Your head is in the air bubble. They are still on the outside of it. You're very tight on movement in water, but you can breathe for a second, so you're reset for 3 minutes. You are not. You're at a minimum.
I would
So-
like to cut his tendons.
Yes. Yes. Make an attack roll.
I'm assuming I'm proficient with my scalpel.
Of course you are.
It's the weirdest combination of alignments in a team.
A modified 20.
A what?
A modified 20.
Roll the damage on your scalpels, please.
I don't know if it has that.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't. Oh, it does. 6. But I really going after him, hampering his swimming.
Cool, he doesn't take damage, but his movement speed is half.
Fantastic. And then
Oh.
and
Thank you, Chloe.
And with my movement, I would like to swim into the air bubble and try and drag him with me.
Cool. You do.
And
Oh my god!
now, I can.
Oh my god! Oh, the pain! Make it stop!
A solitary head in an air bubble. Please shut him up.
It's amazing how often I have to say this. Will you stop screaming?
Make a persuasion check or an intimidation check. I don't mind which.
It's an 8.
Wait a second, wait.
Stuff my hand in his mouth.
Does this make it my turn now?
Yes! Cool. I would like to engage. I would like to get into the into the air bubble. I would like to give him one of my healing potions. Sure. So heals. What is it? 2d4.
2d4 plus 2. If it breaks 6, you get his movement back.
It is 6.
His
But I am holding on to him.
Yeah,
I'm
of course,
giving him the sweet.
his tendons nipping at him.
Okay,
Now,
now.
why were you staring and following and running? In that order.
When you come to think of it, we've got very little reason for doing this.
We don't have a lot to go on, but we're going to see it through.
Matko told me to follow you.
Who?
Who?
Matko, he runs this place.
Why did he tell you to follow us?
Because you're weird.
Now,
This just reinforces that point.
from where I sit... No. Hands up. From where I'm standing, we both made mistakes.
Okay,
We've both made mistakes.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I haven't made any mistakes. You two have, I agree.
We'll deal with your mistakes later.
It is a date, yeah?
Do not follow us, it makes us jumpy.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
What do you know of a half-elf?
It's what happens when a human and an elf.
This is a waste of time. How do we get to the lobby?
You're in an elevator, man.
Please operate this foul contraption.
Wait, I would like to cast Zone of Truth.
Sure.
And I would like to
Charisma
say,
saving throw. Yep.
What do you know of a half-elf?
no, I would say, are you aware of any conspiracy that is dangerous to myself, my colleagues, the other people that were here on the date, the general dining environment apart from the decor, which is terrible, by the way, or the services of the Lord God Prometian?
So
You may answer those separately. I accept there is.
So you're just
there
gonna
is
tell
some
everyone that, or-
cross allegiances.
No.
Speaker, I think we've really fucked up here.
we have eliminated
There is
all
the money,
most of the threats.
wait, the money?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's
You're
fine.
in zone of truth. It's not fine.
It's not actually. On full. It's on a line.
I can cut every tendon in your body and leave you alive.
I will peel your face off my knuckles.
I am terrified.
Where's the money?
What?
You said there's something about money earlier.
You said conspiracies. Never mind.
I mind a great
Why
deal,
is he a
and you.
muppet?
I mind a great deal, and you will too.
Well, Matko's he's a banker, and that's how we fund this whole thing.
I would like to investigate this this contraption we're in, having never seen an elevator, I would like to see if they're clean. I know how to operate.
A roll intelligence check.
Thank you.
Chris, can I ask, is the big bad in this session capitalism?
That's a 4.
No, it's chaperoning.
That's a 4.
A 4.
Are there buttons?
Oh my god, there are buttons!
I press every single button!
Now we know why something's wrong with the elevator.
As we're going up and down, I would like to
No,
talk
you're
to
just
him.
going up, 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 up. One floor at a
I
time.
like to
Every
see-
time the door opens, it's just...
Get the next one!
Okay, man, jeez.
I would like to talk to him very, very friendly and say, look, I am sorry about the misunderstanding.
That's okay.
I, however, have learned
I'm now just staring at the doors to yell, get the next one.
that you are not paid for your services.
I pay for my services.
Well, the people in the kitchen aren't paid for their services.
Oh, but they're like a lower caste. That's what happens.
Okay, no, you see, I might be evil, but there are certain principles to which I abide. And the freedom of the individual is absolutely one.
For those that don't see as well, Chaz is miming the same action over and over and over again, which is shouting to get the next one and then rolling his sleeves up.
This is the point I'm trying to make, which I would like you to pass on to Monday. If you do not start paying your kitchen workers a higher wage, one that equates to the serving staff, I will be making a reservation here every night for the next 6 months, and I'll bring my friend.
Is that what this is about?
Sure, it is now.
Slave? Okay. Yeah, I'll let him know.
Great.
When are we going to the lobby?
You've now reached the top.
Great.
You can tell it's the top because the bubble sort of bounces against the glass.
That's great. Well, that means that we've gone all the way to the top, so
Great,
we've
you
got to reset.
Yeah, correct.
That's it. So we just wait till we get to the lobby.
The door opens, and this is very different. All the other doors you've seen have been opening up into more of the brocade. This one is very clearly an ornate single door.
Who
by
lives
itself.
here?
That's Marco's room.
Oh, great, I'll tell him myself. Let's go.
No.
We have a task, we have a mission, we must stick to the mission.
Focus
Admittedly,
leans on the keep door open button.
I would like to go and talk to Mundo. If he
Marco!
does not accept slave labor in any part of the universe, and I need to do a good
we are
work.
losing valuable ground to the half-elf, who may or may not have ill intentions.
Dude, what do you have against half-elves, man?
I have nothing against her. Don't talk to me about this.
Speak up, bigger picture here. We're going to start a revolution. To Marco's.
Mokku.
I don't care.
I will hold the door for you, but do nothing else.
Two
Okay.
M's and two K's. Just, right, you head towards the door. Hello?
Yes, hello, this is Wayville the Stumble Duck.
Oh.
I don't think you've heard of me. Can I come in? I'll go in.
It's locked.
Okay, can you let me in, please?
No.
Look, I can get through this door. I would rather not do
Make a
it.
perception check.
Natural 20.
There's a vague magical snap, a bit like some of a portal opening, and then silence.
So how'd it go?
Are you still holding the door?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
There's a hold door button, guy. I'm slow.
I think we should blow this place up.
No. That is not the mission.
We shall return to the lobby, and I release my hand.
I mean, you're on the other side of the lift door. Do you step back into the lift door?
Well, I don't think there's a portal.
You
Oh, but
can't
I've
see.
got to check.
Oh no.
Gots to know.
I'm
Why
gonna-
is it this? Why has the day gone so badly? Why is this?
You remember what's at the top of the session, Chaz? I mean,
Can I use a scalpel to try and pick a lock?
yes,
Yeah, let's do that, please.
with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, I rolled really well. What is this to check on?
It's not a lockpick, so it's just a dexterity mod.
Then that's modified 20.
on a disadvantage roll.
Yeah, I rolled 8 and 19.
Wow.
Yeah, the gods want this.
You
Profession
door.
guide us.
You open the door.
I would like to go in stealthily.
Cool. What's nothing? Are you now heading in the lift back down to the lobby?
I'm in the lift.
My stealth is
So,
8.
is this normal for you guys? Because you're a bit low.
It is fairly typical.
I'm quite small for normal.
No. I've seen a lot of small folk. Haven't seen anyone else. Your idea of romance is
Okay. I mean, what? The number, the level, that's not ours. That's we're trying to do what people like.
just all around these
I think romance is pretty bizarre if you ask me. Okay. No, we inseminate patches of eggs. They're fish!
Never run through the fields, every grass is towards your chest, fast in the light of the 3 moons.
No, I haven't. Sounds pretty cool though.
Never made a promise. Never abandoned that promise for my life. When you close your eyes,
Well, you're saying a shrink because you probably should.
words are done.
Doors open. A fishfolk is pressing the lift button, and Char and Richard are standing next to him.
No, I'm going now.
Are you turning and going?
Yeah.
Okay, Char is turning and heading towards the still open door.
Are you departing from your romantic entanglement? That is very disappointing to hear, Richard.
At this point, I'd like to turn to Char and go, the other sources of pressure.
It's fine, look.
Richard, if you are interested in male companionship, you should admit it.
Look, the office is still open. If you want to come and pay some time, that's fine. But I'm going to go You go find books. It's alright, I'm going to shower.
Yes, please.
She's going to go. I mean, they enjoy chatting now.
Have a lovely rest of your day. Unless you like to investigate this one.
Head back towards the door.
Yeah, I do say thank you.
I'm so sorry we have failed you.
No, not at all.
Yes, we have. You have not consummated your relationship.
That's literally nothing to do with you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ah, Richard, my ally. There is a half-elf who means ill will against us.
Give me a minute.
Honestly, I love it. The food is delicious, the drink is beautiful.
What does that?
It was lovely, thank you. It was lovely to see where you live as well. I've never been here before.
Well, we don't live here. This is horrible.
Now that you mention it, it doesn't seem like somewhere someone would live.
No, this is to look like what you want. Not you, but we live in the sea.
That seems better.
Those castles outside are our ancestral homes.
They're spectacular.
I know.
They're really beautiful.
I mean, the ship doesn't rotate.
Does it go past my house?
Yeah. I know. I know. My kids watch it go past. 3/4 of a year old and half a year old. Well, 4 years.
So quite old then.
Yeah, they're going to college now, yeah. Oh, they grow up so quickly, don't they?
Do you have college?
Oh. It's like 6 weeks, it's super intensive. I can keep riffing on this forever and you know it.
So can I.
Okay, well, yeah. Do you want to get back to the conversation?
Well, lovely to meet you. Thank you so much. If you need payment, just let me know.
Oh no, you will never need payment from us and we will never ask for payment from you.
But, if you really want to restriction or, stand
Because we are so short-lived, our memories are shared. No, we write it down and then tell people. Thank you, mate.
In that case, will you just write down if you need anyone to protect you, send a message to Char.
This is already looking good.
Great, perfect. In that case, I'm going to go. Lovely to meet you, Brian.
You step back through the portal and are back in the Nexus. Are you going to go shout at Cal?
Yes. Well, maybe not shout. Maybe find out.
You look for Cal but can't find them. 3 and 4, nope. The library, a couple other random people who don't have stat blocks. Yeah, you know everyone here relatively well by now. Roll a... Thanks, Kathy. Roll a... Roll a charisma check. Flat charisma, please. No. That's where we'll leave that, because she's not here. You said to him...
Come, Richard, a half-elf means to destroy us all.
Who's not
I am
there?
not there.
You're still upstairs.
Waywalker
to the
is
air.
trying to start a revolution.
Speaker, are you quite certain that Half-Elf poses an imminent threat?
I know that she was lying when she was looking at me.
Chris, will you allow me to make the intellectual leap that possibly things are being misread here?
Insight check.
That's a 15.
Speaker's very direct. It is entirely possible that someone else's social graces were misconstrued.
Speaker,
Yeah, I would.
if we are in danger, perhaps we should simply return to the next. We might go on.
While it pains me to leave a nemesis running around alive. It is for the best that we form a tactical retreat with all of our party.
Where is Wayne?
She is at the very top, starting a revolution.
Wayworkers! You enter a room. You know how we've described Call of Duty as the most gaudy, horrific thing you've ever seen?
Yes.
Times it by 10,
Wow.
this room. There are pictures of fish folk on the wall that might be erotic, I guess. Yeah. Lots of eggs, yeah, thanks, Tom. There's row upon row of books. There's a gilt... I'm sorry, share it with the room. Someone laughed at row. There we go. There are lots of books. And there's a gilt fireplace with, looking at it, a magical fire that does nothing. In front of that fire is a plush armchair that is so plush that you could sink into it and get lost. There is a desk, and that desk has paperwork on it, and there is also no one there.
I look in the armchair. You said someone could get lost.
Roll an investigation check. It's an armchair.
I mean, I'll have a look around the room, see if anyone's hiding, or...
No one's hiding in this room. You need to roll for that. Do you investigate the room?
I would love to investigate the room.
Investigate the room.
Investigation, 16.
As you look around the room and look at the desk, you stroke over the top of it, papers, reach underneath it, find the button that you knew was there, and a wall behind you just opens up and there's a safe.
I would like to get out my stethoscope that I have because I am a doctor,
Yes.
and I would like to try and crack the safe.
Okay. What are you using to crack the safe apart from a stethoscope?
Well, what kind of, I mean, is it like a proper kind of, like, I can listen until it clicks?
Oh yeah, it's the 1980s.
Yeah. So I use it to amplify the sound from the mechanism so I can get advantage on hearing the clicks.
I'll give you advantage on the dex check.
And I would like to do guidance on myself at the same time.
No problem. Anything else you want to add on to that?
I'm checking.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think. How near the end of the session are we? Yeah, I'm going to burn my other charm divinity. What skill check is it going to be governed by?
It'll just be a dex check, but I'll give you effectively your proficiency modifier added to it.
Because I wouldn't use channel divinity.
Yeah, which gives you proficiency with a skill. I will give you proficiency with effectively lockpicking.
Okay,
So you can
yeah,
add your proficiency
I
to a
will
dex
use
check.
my channel divinity and pray
Rules.
basically pray to Metian and say, I know we've got disagreements, but we all agree, right, that we don't believe in slavery and oppression. That's not how we operate. We believe in potential, even for good or bad.
On Metian back you get, go on, I'll find this amusing.
So I think someone here is using slaves for their own selfish gain, and to be honest, if you don't think your selfish gain, you can be smarter than just slave labour, so let's punish him for that. And let's take his stuff.
Oh no, I know what's behind it.
What's behind it?
See how good you are.
Okay, so I would like to... How good I am is about as good as you're about to make me.
No, it's your skill plus me helping.
Okay. That's an 11. Plus 2 is 13. My picture bonus is
16.
no 13. Yeah, it is plus
16.
16 plus guidance is 18. You didn't get advantage because I used disco. It's 18.
As you start working on it, you realise there are 4 numbers to this. You easily find 1, 2, 3, 3,
got? What have I got?
That's Promethean laughing in your head.
You're a knowledge god.
Many things.
What do you want in return?
Use what you find inside wisely. The door swings open. About 2,000 gold and a book, a ledger.
Okay, I go for the book.
Cool.
Click it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything interesting?
Make an investigation
When I
check.
go cast it, yeah. Investigation.
Yes, please.
16.
16. That's enough. Corlub de Pulp takes in a lot of money. It's a casino, as well as being a hotel, bar, restaurant, and look down there, animal safe. Didn't go for that bit. There's huge amounts of money in, and then it's never spent. This place was set up with funds originally allocated to it by someone very wealthy, just putting money into it. No idea how. And looking at it, there's a ledger amount of amounts spent and amount brought back in again through the casino where the numbers are exactly the same. It's a money laundering operation.
Yeah.
But where's the money going? As you scroll down and look at, well, it's being used to make sure this money is all being brought back in through this to go back to someone else. It just has a letter K.
Can I do some kind of check to see if I know what that could refer to? Why does the way rocket?
Katalu begins with K, Vic.
Oh, right, fine.
Is it fair to say at which point, ding, the lift doors open and you two step out?
Okay.
Waywocket, has your revolution begun?
I stuff the book into the backpack.
Yep.
Take the money in my hands.
Yep.
Just say to Preston, like, anything else that I need to know in this room before I leave. Catalu's a really shit decorator. And
Not
I'll
going to respond to that.
and I'll go back to the other. Yes, one more. I would like to visit the kitchen again.
You wish to visit the kitchen
I wish to
again?
visit the kitchen.
Then shall we return to the bottom button?
There are books in this room. Yes. There are 3 books on the fish folk and their coral villages. They're very nice. It's sort of, you know, like their coffee table books, like those pretty pictures. As you pull the 3rd book out, a small pamphlet slides out and lands on the floor. I'm not going to tell you what it says yet, but on the front is a picture of a glowing orb. You rolled a 25. You don't know that.
As we ride down to it's quite a long ride down to the lobby, right?
Depends, you press all the buttons?
No, I just pressed the bottom button.
No, it's fine. Normal length for a lift.
Yeah, but what's the normal length?
20 seconds.
20 seconds?
I take it your romantic entanglement was unsexual. Words.
I'm sorry, Chad.
Words. Unsexful. Unsexful, they said.
Unsuccessful.
Your words have left you in a web of loneliness. If your web becomes stronger, you may end up hanging yourself. I am not an intelligent savage. I am a diplomat of my civilization. Everything about this place offends me.
Ding! To the kitchen.
Are you guys going with to the kitchen?
Yes.
As we described it before.
I would like to go in. I would like to take the several £100,000 that I have.
2,000 gold, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to exchange rates Monday money. And I would like to start handing it out to the kitchen staff. And just basically say, this is a hands-on distribution of wealth. You do not need to work for free. It is oppressive. You should embrace your credential. If, by the way, you would like to lead this towards the good Lord Promethean, you can ask me about any further questions about following that faith.
Chloe, this music might be wrong. Pandemonium?
I will also add that you guys can breathe water, so if you did smash the walls of this place, your clientele would die and you would
music,
survive.
Jesus! Anyway, it'll do, it'll do. As you start throwing money around, fish folk just start just running after it, at which point they're all just running. Someone rolled a nat 1, so a pan gets knocked over and just fire starts. And there is muffled shouting from the restaurant as people are starting to realize there's commotion in the kitchen. You three are embroiled in the middle of a riot. What would you like to do?
I didn't go with her.
You didn't go with?
No.
Are you standing by the door?
Of course.
Okay. Richard?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the revolution.
May we return to the Nexus now?
I think my work here is... Wait, 1 second. Yes, it's on fire. Let's go.
Rolling.
Perception. 30.
As you walk out, your bag suddenly feels a bit heavier and comes over your shoulder.
As we head back to the Nexus, I would like to say a prayer for Promethean and say, sorry if I destroyed your enterprises, but I do hold you to higher standards.
Burn them down to rebuild them again.
Exactly. I knew I liked you.
And you head towards the door and are heading back towards the Nexus.
Yeah.
Anyone got a punchline?
In a very similar vein, I head back to my room and stare at the ceiling and think of 3 moons and fields of purple grass.
You read the pamphlet. Yeah. What's that again?
I'll go back and let you see plenty more information about what it maybe where the money went after got Cassidy.
I'll allow you to investigate that as part of the day between the games to get us up to speed on that. As the 3 of you step through the portal, you just hear vaguely behind you, thank you, as alarms go off. Sounds of people running around screaming. Once again, the Order proved that everywhere they go, they fuck up.
It's like a great museum.
Everyone, thank you so much for coming. Shorter this time, but we did go exactly to time limit, so I'm very proud of everyone. Thank you ever so much. Brilliant stuff. A big thank you to all 4 of my players. To Chloe on the desk and producer extraordinaire. And to Nay, our wonderful stage manager, social media extraordinaire as well. Now, I have a couple of things to tell you. Number 1, there will be no game next month because it is December. We might do something live.
We might stream a Twitch game. We will let you all know. But whatever happens, we will not be in this space. So don't come here looking for D&D. You will not find it. There are other lovely good shows. Yes, that's fine. Yes. We have started a second night alongside Omen that some of you guys have been to before. And thank you so much for helping us out with that. Called Mixtape. It's down in Brixton at the Market House. And there we are trialing using different games, not just D&D, to see what else works in this kind of context, playing a game live in front of an audience. And we've done one, we're about to do another. When's this?
It's the 28th of November. It's the last Wednesday
Thank you.
of every month.
There we go. And we're not doing one in December because that would be the 26th of December. There we go. So 28th of November, join us in the Market House where we're playing 10 Candles?
Yes.
10 Candles. Correct. We have a Patreon. A lot of you are members. Thank you so much. Those of you that are not, were you? If you join us there, you get loads of cool stuff, like all of the, a lot of these people are playing races that don't exist in the real game, or classes that don't exist in the real game that we have created for them, which you have access to. There are also videos of Chloe and I talking. We're very chatty. It's great. About D&D, yeah, about D&D, yeah. And there's free tickets for shows like this, and you can vote on what games you want to see in Mixtape, and there will be other things being added to that. So if you like us and like what we do, please help us do more of it. It is... There we go! Some of the music tracks from tonight will be on there as well. I will also use the opportunity to say to our Twitch audience, because we stream everything live on the internet, hello! Thank you for watching. You've watched this for free. There's a donate button on our website, or to be a patron. Please, help us do what we do. We want to give you more content. I'm looking at you, small blue dot. Right, good. What else did I want to talk about? Social media. We have lots of social media accounts that I am too old to understand. So there's a Twitter called Adventures250. There's an Instagram, which apparently has something to do with pictures. There's a Facebook page. I'm not good at social media, guys. So do join us. It's Adventures1 to Adventures250 on most social medias. Do join us there. Nay live tweets everything that we do, so you can literally get a blow-by-blow catch-up of what has happened. Only 2 GIFs today. Normally there are more memes and GIFs, but there will, hopefully be more of those in the coming days as you guys add them in. I think that's all from me. Thank you ever so much. It's always lovely to have a full room, and you guys are all wonderful. And people here I don't know. It's always good.
Are we doing plugs?
Yes, please. Sorry, these 4 people do other things.
Yeah,
Go.
we do.
Yeah.
Tell them about them!
That's it.
Okay. I actually have some plugs I need to make.
No, do, please.
So if you enjoyed being at the Rosemary Branch, as you should, it's a beautiful theatre. And if you're a fan of improv comedy as well, please come back on the last Sunday of the month. That's the 25th of November. And you can see Jack Left Town, the improvised rockumentary, along with 2 special guests, Who's Army, who are an amazing London team, and The Initiate, who are a Bristol team who are coming down especially to play the night. We're also doing our Christmas special on the 16th of December, which is called Jack Left Town Presents an Improvised Christmas. And it's very silly and saccharine and Christmassy. If you're a fan of just stand-up and sketch comedy, no worries. We've got a Christmas special for that as well. It's called Mystery Meat is the name of the night, and that's Tuesday, December the 11th. Please. Also, if you're a fan of horror comedy and and Vault Festival, then at Vault Festival I'm doing a horror comedy show called Mistress to the Midnight, which is super funny. It's a parody of 70s era Hammer horror. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And as
Vault Festival's in January, March.
It's the last week of January to the first week of March.
There we go.
And the final thing is, because obviously there's a lot of packing up to do, if you could all take your empty glasses downstairs, that would be great. Thank you.
Go see our fabulous Ed in the trenches that they have all week.
Yes!
I actually have one as well. If you like D&D, you may like gritty documentaries about the reality of life. If so, you should...
You've missed your target audience, Vic.
I know. If by any chance you do like documentaries about important social issues, I work generally as a documentary researcher, and our most recent film was part of the Channel 4 Dispatches series called Born on the Breadline. It's about the rise of baby banks, which, if you don't know what they are, and if you don't, you'll be in the company of many Tory MPs, are food banks for baby supplies, and it's a really interesting investigation. And I appear 4 times in the background of shots, and that makes a fun drinking game.
Very good. Cool. If that is all, thank you ever so much again. We do need to be out of here by 10:30, but as I understand it, last orders are not till 10:15. So if you can help us by taking all your glasses and stuff with you, we will decamp and then hopefully see you down for one before we all leave. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.